China isn't just facing an influenza outbreak. This virus is spreading rapidly with no cure available. Hospitals everywhere are overloaded. Funeral homes are packed with young bodies. Xiaomi's huge collapse. Mountains of unsold cars. Lei Jun's billion-dollar scam exposed. Dealers break down in tears and desperation. China's gold market is in crisis. Chow Tai Fook closes nearly 1,000 stores, crushing the Fujian faction. You're watching Decoding China, where we bring timely analysis and grounded perspectives on today's China. China isn't just facing an influenza outbreak. This virus is spreading rapidly with no cure available. Hospitals everywhere are overloaded, funeral homes packed with young bodies. Currently, COVID-19 variants and multiple respiratory viruses are spreading simultaneously across mainland China. The situation is increasingly severe. Hospitals in many regions, especially children's hospitals, are overwhelmed. Long patient lines crowd respiratory clinics with common symptoms like nasal congestion, runny nose, coughing, and high fever. Beyond seasonal influenza, viruses like rhinovirus and respiratory syncytial virus, RSV, are also spreading rapidly. To date, there are still no vaccines or specific antiviral treatments available. According to reports, a 39-year-old woman named Cheng from Heilongjiang was diagnosed with influenza. She refused the doctor's advice for hospitalization, choosing to tough it out at home for 3 days, only for several lung lobes to develop white lung symptoms. Hong Kong has already seen severe, fatal cases. A 2-year-old girl developed severe influenza A complicated by encephalopathy, and a 13-year-old girl infected with influenza B on October 12 died due to critical condition. Additionally, China sees a surge in sudden deaths among young and middle-aged adults. On October 26th, a funeral director blogger from Taiwan, Shanxi, posted a video on his Douyin account. Taiwan Big G founder stated bluntly, "Many in the post-80s generation have died from cancer or heart attacks. Our generation might not live as long as our parents or grandparents. We've served mostly young people who died prematurely." Douyin blogger Chan Renju posted a video stating that the number of young people dying suddenly is increasing. Working in the funeral industry, he encountered a sudden death victim at just 18 years old. In the past 3 years, bodies under 30 have tripled. He also noted that 70% of the victims handled were in perfect health before the onset. Regarding the trend of sudden deaths among the young, many mainland netizens attribute it to toxic food, while others point to vaccination. Data from the Chinese CDC indicates that influenza has become the most common pathogen in respiratory samples collected from hospitals nationwide, showing a positivity rate of 17.5%. Children aged between 5 and 14 make up the largest portion of infections, and outbreaks within schools have risen sharply. Concurrently, the infection rate of rhinovirus, a typical cause of the common cold, remains high. According to a specialist at Peking University People's Hospital, RSV infections are most common in infants and toddlers, especially those under 2 years old. Symptoms typically involve a runny nose, mild fever, and coughing, while severe cases may include wheezing or breathing difficulties. Rhinovirus infections, conversely, usually cause mild cold-like symptoms, but spread easily in schools. Health authorities note most people have little immunity against the AH3N2 influenza strain, this season's dominant variant. As per CDC data, between October 27th and November, flu activity rose markedly in southern provinces and continued climbing in most northern regions. Nationwide, 347 influenza outbreaks clusters were reported, including 245 caused by AH3N2. Outbreaks recorded last week were 2.4 times higher than the prior week and 87 times greater than the first week of the previous month. Experts warn this rapid surge reflects a serious pace of transmission. While official figures likely understate the real situation, since July, a new wave of influenza A H3N2 has spread, replacing last year's AH1N1 strain. Mainland netizens call it a new strain, saying once infected, people collapse, and if one person gets sick, the whole family follows. Research shows a single sneeze from a flu patient releases droplets traveling up to 8 meters, carrying nearly 260,000 viral particles, highlighting the virus's extreme contagiousness. Hospitals nationwide are now overflowing. Videos circulating on Douyin show Ningbo Women and Children's Hospital is completely full, with absolutely no beds available. Ruijin Hospital in Shanghai, Union Hospital in Wuhan, and Drum Tower Hospital in Nanjing are packed. Similar scenes were reported in Zhuhai, Hefei, Changchun, and Tianjin, where patients wait overnight for treatment. Xiaomi's huge collapse, mountains of unsold cars, Lei Jun's billion-dollar scam exposed. Dealers are breaking down in tears and desperation. The Xiaomi SU7 Max, registered in 2025, was expected to see a price surge early in the year. The company boasted it could outperform Porsche, used aircraft-grade steel, and featured cutting-edge tech. However, by the second half, that hype had collapsed. The market is flooded with negative reviews. Users complained the car could catch fire, doors wouldn't open, and it was just a marketing illusion. One Xiaomi fan claimed he bought dozens of SU7 Max units hoping for profit, but now every single one is stuck in his lot. I bought it for 620,000 yuan, about $85,000. Now it's only worth 440,000 and no one wants it, he said. Dealers across China are selling at huge losses. The Xiaomi market has completely collapsed. Please stop bashing it, we have families to feed, one dealer cried. Official data still showed over 40,000 new Xiaomi vehicles sold last month, ranking it among China's top domestic brands. Social media sentiment has turned hostile, with many suspecting fabricated data. At Beijing's Haitan used car market, one of Asia's largest, nearly 10,000 vehicles are listed, yet almost none are SU7s. Dealers refuse to handle Xiaomi cars, leaving owners desperate. An SU7 owner who bought his car on July 21st for 380,000 yuan, about $51,000, tried reselling it after 3 months and 2,500 kilometers. The first dealer offered 290,000 yuan, a loss of 90,000. The second refused outright, citing negative public sentiment. Within days, the high-end model lost 100,000 yuan in value and became unsellable. Many early buyers who paid deposits or premiums have now walked away, choosing to forfeit their deposits rather than risk greater losses. At Xiaomi's delivery centers, the crisis is clearly visible. Huge parking lots once full of cars sit empty, while repair bays are overflowing. 2 fatal crashes sealed the company's fate. On March 29th, a Xiaomi SU7 slammed into a concrete barrier and exploded, killing 3 university students. Then, on October 13th, another SU7 in Chengdu, Sichuan province, burst into flames after striking a barrier, trapping and killing the driver. Public outrage exploded after founder Lei Yun called on fans to fight online smear campaigns. Instead of addressing the accidents, the move backfired badly. Once hailed as China's most popular CEO, Lei Yun became the target of a social media storm. His Douyin following fell by over 400,000 in days, signaling not just a loss of followers, but a total collapse of trust. Critics accused him of silencing genuine complaints rather than fixing real problems. State media and analysts now say Xiaomi's downfall stems from its founder-centered model, over-relying on Lei Jun's personal branding and flashy marketing. The Economic Observer cited 3 major flaws: copying high-end designs while undercutting prices, valuing looks over substance, and relying too heavily on marketing while stifling innovation. Meanwhile, social media is full of defect complaints. Rusty brake pads, unresponsive dashboards, weak chips, and body panels cracking after minor impacts. One owner lamented, "Just a light bump tore the rear door wide open and knocked the axle loose. How can this car be safe?" Nicknames like Greenbelt Killer and Carbonized Owner have gone viral, adding insult to injury and fuel to the fire. Xiaomi's payment policy has angered buyers. The company demands full payment within 7 days, even before production or inspection. Failure to pay means cancellation and deposit loss. In an industry where full payment is made after inspection, Xiaomi's Pay Now, See Later policy has sparked fears of cash flow trouble. In September, 242 frustrated SU7 customers launched a class action lawsuit over delivery delays and non-refundable deposits. Regardless of the verdict, perceptions have hardened. Long waits, poor communication, and unfair policies now define the brand. Cancellations and resales are mounting, pre-sale numbers are plunging, and Xiaomi's cash flow is under pressure. Ultimately, Xiaomi's biggest problem is no longer technology, but trust. How much confidence will consumers place in a brand with such an uncertain future? The answer is written in empty showrooms, canceled orders, and the despair of dealers drowning in losses under the once golden name Xiaomi. China's gold market is in crisis. Tax reform causes businesses to collapse in droves. Chow Tai Fook is closing nearly 1,000 stores. In recent days, while global gold prices have fallen, prices in China continue to climb. Many gold shops across the country have shut down, and some refuse to buy back gold. Analysts say China's gold market shows clear signs of weakness. Online videos reveal the once crowded gold market in Shenzhen is now nearly empty. Footage reveals rows of shuttered jewelry stores on commercial streets, sparking speculation that skyrocketing prices forced shop owners to close. One reason is that in November, Chinese authorities unexpectedly ended a tax incentive for the gold industry, cutting input tax deductions for non-investment gold businesses. The change raised production costs by over 60 yuan per gram, about $8, and will remain in effect until late 2027. The announcement triggered an immediate market reaction. Gold and jewelry stocks in Hong Kong plunged, and trading nearly froze. Many retailers suspended deliveries amid growing uncertainty. A sales rep said recent price hikes reflect higher material costs and taxes, but admitted customers are quickly losing interest in buying gold. The price gap between buying and selling widened to over 70 yuan per gram, about $9, making most stores hesitant to sell due to loss risks. Experts warn the new tax policy will further weaken retail demand, especially for investment-grade gold bars, potentially sparking another wave of closures. As the gap between selling and buyback prices widens, gold's role as an inflation hedge is fading, with prices exceeding 1,000 yuan per gram. E-commerce platforms also struggle with shrinking profit margins, which may force smaller players out of the market while favoring large, well-capitalized companies. According to Chinese media reports, Chow Tai Fook, the largest gold retailer in China, has begun scaling back operations after expanding from 4,000 stores in 2021 to over 7,000 in 2024. By 2025, the company had shut down over 900 locations, signaling a major strategic shift. Other brands face similar challenges. Chaoyang's retail network shrank by 560 stores year-on-year, 360 of which were franchises. Chao Sangsong Group closed 74 stores, while Lao Fangshang shut down 280. Most closures occurred in third- and fourth-tier cities where purchasing power has weakened sharply. According to the World Gold Council, gold jewelry demand in China has fallen steeply since late last year. However, investment in gold ETFs and similar products surged from 18.7 tons to 221.7 tons, indicating today's market is driven more by investors than jewelry buyers. High gold prices put enormous pressure on franchise owners who are unwilling or unable to restock at these levels due to the risk of losses if prices fall. Chow Tai Fook's franchise revenues plunged 56% year-on-year from January to September 2025. Meanwhile, Chao Sangsung reported that persistently high prices have suppressed jewelry consumption, with consumers becoming more cautious and delaying non-essential purchases. Now hovering around 1,200 yuan per gram, about $169, gold prices have driven many consumers to wait for a correction or seek alternatives. Even newlyweds are choosing smaller, lighter, or lower quality pieces to stay within budget. In Shanghai, gold funds and futures markets saw outflows totaling more than 7 billion yuan in just 2 days. By late October, spot gold prices on the Shanghai Gold Exchange fell nearly 10% from their highs, plunging from over 1,000 yuan per gram on October 17th to below 900 yuan by October 28th. Analysts say Beijing's new gold tax is designed to discourage speculation and prevent gold prices from falling, but in practice, it has squeezed retailers even further. From 2021 to 2024, retailers like Chow Tai Fook aggressively expanded across China, betting that a slowing economy would make gold a safer store of value. Back then, gold traded around 500 yuan per gram, about $70, offering both practical and investment appeal that fueled strong sales. But by 2025, the deepening economic slump, collapsing property sector, falling household incomes, and surging gold prices have put immense pressure on traditional retailers who rely mainly on processing fees rather than gold sales. At the same time, China's banking sector is struggling with mounting losses and a widening fiscal deficit. The recent technical failure at the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, ICBC, on October 29th further shook public confidence. Millions of users reported that their account balances suddenly displayed zero, triggering panic online. Although the bank later confirmed funds were safe and the system was restored, the incident raised serious doubts about the reliability of China's financial system. Analysts believe that amid tightening liquidity, authorities may move to prevent citizens from shifting money into gold or foreign assets to avert potential bank runs.
For those stuck in mainland China, hedging options are limited. Experts suggest a remaining safeguard is converting as much yuan as possible into US dollars and holding cash against uncertainty.